What is up, YouTube? I am the 13th Scorch. I just got done watching WWE Summerslam. Now, I got home late last night and I had some trouble watching it, so I couldn't start watching it until about 11:30 p.m. Got really tired, had to go bed around 3, so I missed the last two matches. Turned out to be I missed the last match. And I just wanted to, like, I don't know, give my opinion on it, give my 2 cents. This was, I felt, a very mixed but positive pay-per-view, and I'm gonna just skip the pre-show. I didn't watch it, I didn't care about it. It just, I do care about it, but this time it's just like, meh. What is there to say? The Dudley boys lost again. They're always jobbing now. It's to the point where beating them doesn't mean you're good. It just means you're not the Dudley boys. Sheamus defeated Cesaro. Of course. I mean, Cesaro beat him the last 2 times they fought in the past 2 weeks leading up to SummerSlam. So, really, this was the 3rd time they fought, not the 1st. That whole storyline confuses me. Sheamus, Cesaro, best of 7. Cesaro, you may have beaten me. That's not Irish. That's not Sheamus. Cesaro, you may have beaten me twice, but we're going to have a best of 7. Starting at SummerSlam, so we're gonna ignore the 2 times you beat me, and we're gonna see if you can, handle me. And Cesaro's just like, I already did, twice, clean. I've beaten you. I'm better than you. Why am I still having to prove that I'm better than you when I've already done it twice? And then we start off with the main show with Jericho, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, KO. Facing off against Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Enzo Amore, Big Cass, I love their tag team. I love what they do. They're phenomenal. They're so charismatic, and they work the mic so well. And Kevin Owens is another guy that just works the mic so well. And then Jericho is, well, I mean, it's Chris Jericho. He's a little out of shape. He's a little flabby, but, he's older. He's got that legendary status. He's got that prestige about him. But Jericho beating Enzo Amore and Big Cass just seems like another example of Enzo and Cass getting this chance to move up on the card, to once again get a chance at the titles, and then being told, no, we don't think you're ready, when clearly they are. This gimmick is not going to work forever. Give them a title run while it's still working. I don't know when it's going to stop working for me, because I enjoy it. It's new to me, and it's just wonderful to watch. But I know that eventually people are not going to be as interested anymore. You need to get them up there. Get them out of just these mid-card, lower-card matches, and get them a title shot. Get them up there in main events and whatnot while they're still relevant. And then after that, you had Charlotte against Sasha Banks, the women's champion, in the WWE Women's Championship match. The second match of the night does not a co-main event make. I saw in an interview beforehand that Sasha said she was co-main eventing SummerSlam. You're in the second match of the night. That's not co-main eventing. I don't know why you weren't co-main eventing. It's a co-main event worthy match, and it certainly is better than half of the matches that came afterwards. One of them being the 6-woman tag team match, which happened... I'll get to that. Charlotte beat Sasha Banks. It was a fun match to watch. I really, really don't like Charlotte as the champion. We've had so much of Charlotte and heel Charlotte, and what I really think Charlotte needed was to lose this clean again and realize to herself, I'm on the wrong path. I need to do better. I need to train. I need to go back to square one and try again. I'm not going to win on my own, obviously. And if I have an ally and something happens to them, I'm going to lose anyway. So I need to rework myself so that I'm a better wrestler, a better person. And that's not going to happen now because she won the title again. We're going to move on, though. So we move on to The Miz, the Intercontinental Champion, with his wife Maurice, against Apollo Crews in the Intercontinental Championship match. And I mean, what can you say about this? I mean, Apollo put on a good match. It was incredibly short, but I mean, they put on a good match, and then Miz won again, which, you know, I guess he should have, but I really like Apollo Crews. I really want to see some character from him. I really want to see him develop, because he has the potential. I mean, I have never seen a guy like that able to do a standing moonsault. I mean, the guy is built and bulky, and he can just do a backflip. Just standing, backflip, land on the guy. I haven't seen so much athletic talent in one person, and I just want to see more from him. I want to see some development. I don't want to see, oh, I'm good guy Apollo Crews, and, you know, I challenge people and I lose because I'm not developed enough to have a title. Develop him. Give him a title. Please. I would love to see it on him. Then we move on to AJ Styles against John Cena. AJ won, and the whole world cheered. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not going to have a sound effect. This was great because everybody was worried it was going to be another John Cena shovel match, meaning he was going to bury AJ Styles and just beat him and be like, oh, I'm John Cena, I'm better than everyone. But AJ Styles won. 2 out of 3, he's beaten him. And not only that, the only time John Cena beat AJ Styles pay-per-view wise was in a 6-man tag team match. He hasn't beaten him in singles competition at all. First time they fought in singles, AJ won due to interference from the club. Second time, which was this, AJ won clean. And we'll move on to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson against the New Day, minus Big E, but they got Jon Stewart. So that's something. I'm going to say, like, the club, Gallows and Anderson, they won by disqualification because Big E ran down to the ring and started beating on them and stopping them from their momentum, or the other people, or Big E just ran down and started beating on them, stopping their momentum, and New Day loses by disqualification, so they get to keep the belts. We're ready. Just give the belts to Gallows and Anderson. Please make them stop the doctor shtick. It was funny. It was funny the first time. We laughed. We're not going to laugh anymore. It's not that funny. I'll admit I found it a little amusing when they were doing the whole doctor phenomenal, doctor phenomenal, when AJ went up to talk to them, but it was amusing, not hilarious or funny, and it's really just, it worked once. Don't have them keep doing it. Please stop, and please just give them the belts. You know, it'll be good for them. It'll cement them as a actual tag team threat. It'll put them as something other than, oh, we're the guys from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We came here to beat people, but all we seem to do is make jokes and get beaten matches. Anyways, we then move on to the next match. I want to let you know we still have 5 matches left to cover, right? 5 matches, including this one. And this match is for the WWE World Championship. The most, if probably the second most important belt in the entire WWE. And it's 5th from the main event. And it's 4th from the main event, right? Why? Don't even get me started on the match that comes after this. I want to skip it. I don't even want to talk about it because I don't give a fuck about it. It's not good booking. If anything, this just makes SmackDown seem even more irrelevant. Because not only is their biggest belt not on this, but then Raw with their US Championship is right before the main event. It's that second match. It's the ring finger. This is WWE World Championship, SmackDown's most important belt. This is Raw's second most important singles belt, the United States Championship. You know where the most important belt is? The Universal Championship? Here, before the US match. Why does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So why are they booking it like that? I'm getting ahead of myself. So basically, Dean Ambrose against Dolph Ziggler. We all know Dean Ambrose is going to win. And Dolph Ziggler, you know, I'm sorry, you're a great wrestler, you're a cool guy, you're not going to win tonight. Dean Ambrose won. It was a great match. I loved it. But then we moved on to the next match, which was a 6-woman tag team match. Not for a belt. It was Nikki Bella, surprise, Natalya and Alexa Bliss against Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella. The fact that this match, 6-woman tag team match, not even for a belt, not even for any reason other than just a thing, is after the SmackDown World title, blows my mind. Why was this match not earlier? This match should have been first on the card, or second, or third, but it definitely should have been before the women's title match. I mean, are you telling me that the women's title match was less important and deserved less of a spot on the card than this 6-woman tag team match? Really? Not only that, but it's more important than the SmackDown title? What? The lineup of matches makes no sense to me, because next up is Finn Balor against Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship, right? That's where this is. That's where the 6-woman tag team match, that's where the SmackDown title. This is the Raw title, the most important Raw title, the second most important Raw title, and then Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. But this, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the first ever, the inaugural WWE Universal Champion, is the third match from the final. I don't even know English right now, but it's here when it should be here. It should have been the main event of SummerSlam, the first ever Universal Championship. The belt looks ugly. I'm gonna go ahead and say that red does not look good, especially with the I don't know what it is, the texture. It looks like it was made out of alligator hide that went bad. I would prefer a purple belt. But I mean, it's the first ever Universal Champion. It's the most important belt on Raw, and you're having it before the United States match. What? Finn Balor wins over Seth Rollins after an amazing, almost 20-minute match. And it was amazing. It was a beautiful match and just so amazing to watch. And I'm saying so many things, but I can't describe it. You need to watch this match. It was wonderful. Right up from the beginning of the entrances to the very end, it was great, and Finn Balor was crowned the Universal Champion, and that's where SummerSlam should have ended. But no, then we had to go ahead with Rusev versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, the most despised person in the WWE at the moment. Probably. For a long time, the most despised. I like him a little more now, I will say that. But I do not like that this was right before the main event. I do not like that this was after the Universal Championship and after the World Championship SmackDowns. It should have been like SmackDown's belt and Raw's belt. Those were the two last matches you'll see. Maybe. I mean, maybe you could have the SmackDown title, then Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, but please, Universal Championship, the first ever Universal Championship. I'm not going to get over that. Please have that be the last match. Have Finn Balor win it. Have the people go crazy over Finn Balor, the guy who just got called up from NXT. Have him be the first ever Universal Champion. Okay, so Rusev attacks Roman on his way to the ring. You know, Rusev's in the ring, Roman's walking down, boom, Rusev attacks him, and then Roman turns the tables and starts beating the shit out of Rusev. He took a chair to him once? One chair shot? Did a couple things, and then apparently the doctor's like, oh, no, Rusev can't compete tonight. Rusev can't compete, and then everybody's like, oh, well, if we can't have the match, so it's a forfeit, and blah, 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 and Rusev is still the champion. We'll have to have this match later. Really? You're going to give us that right after Finn Balor wins the Universal Championship? You're going to give us that literally on a plate and be like, here, this is your dessert after that main event entree. This is your dessert. And then after that, we had Brock Lesnar against Randy Orton. Great match. It was wonderful. It was fun to watch. It went back and forth. It was short. Randy Orton got cut open. And I don't know if that was blading or if that was an accident or whatever, but there was so much blood on that mat. And the big thing is that it's not really. If this had happened back in the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression era or before the PG era, nobody would have really batted an eye. They would have been like, yes, blood! You know, people putting their lives on the line for our entertainment, blood! But in the PG era, I think, I remember seeing a match between Roman Reigns and someone, and they turned the screen black and white. I think it was Triple H. It wasn't a match, though. It was outside the ring. It was something, What am I thinking of? Oh, it turned black and white because of the blood. Because they don't want to show blood on the screen. But for this, they kept it in color. And there was so much more blood. And Randy was just on the thing, and the ref is like, Brock, back away, let us handle this, and they're trying to talk to him. And then this is the thing that really killed it for me. is that Brock rushes up to them, pushes the officials aside, and starts beating on Randy Orton. Beating on him, beating on him, beating on him, beating on him, beating on him. Just pounding away, and then he gets up and he's like, okay, we're cool, we're cool, we're cool. And they go back to look at him. And then he starts hitting him again. And then finally they push him away, and the guy goes, and the ref goes to talk to someone, while another ref is holding him back or something, I don't know. But then we hear the bell, and it's like, this match has been ended in is Brock Lesnar's victory with a TKO. And I'm like, what the f***? How about you announce that the first time we see Randy Orton bleeding from his head while lying on the mat? Okay? Then have Brock beat the out of him. But do not have the ref push Brock away and say, hey, give us some space, we're going to look at him. And then Brock walks up, pushes them aside, and starts beating on him. That's grounds for disqualification if the match is still going on, because you just shoved the ref aside and started beating on a bleeding guy on the mat. That's not a TKO victory, that's a disqualification loss. That's my biggest just negative about the night, was Brock Lesnar winning by TKO after that just blatant disqualification worthy action. That's the biggest thing for me, is that just give him the TKO victory and then have him beat the out of Randy Orton. Then have Shane McMahon run down to the ring. Then have Shane McMahon get F5'd and Paul Heyman going, oh my god, what did you do? Brock, what did you do? Please stop. That would have been wonderful. That would have been amazing. But don't have him do this horrible, horrible thing, and then the ref is like, okay, just have him win the match by TKO. No! That's bullshit! It's all bullshit! The entire night is bullshit, and I hate this pay-per-view! I hate this pay-per-view. I really do. Jericho beating Enzo Amore and Big Cass. I'm fine with that. I don't like it, but I'll accept it. Charlotte beating Sasha Banks. I don't like it. I don't think it works. I mean, we'll see if it works tonight Monday, when I'm recording this. We'll see if it works tonight. AJ Styles beating John Cena. I'm fine with that. I like that. That's good. The Miz beating Apollo Crews. Yeah. Too early for Apollo. I get that. Develop him. Then bring him back. Don't just give him a title shot. I mean, I haven't seen the SmackDown and Raws leading up to this. I'm on the second week of after the brand split. The second week after the brand split, I'm on. I think I'm on SmackDown and Raw. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to catch up, basically. And the biggest thing I have to say is, Carl Gallows and Anderson winning by disqualification because of Big E. I'm so tired of belts. Not of belts with that stipulation of if the champions lose by DQ or countout, they get to keep the belt. So how come every heel champion doesn't just enter the ring, have them ring the belt, and then just walk out? Or grab a chair and hit the other guy. DQ, oh, I lost by DQ? That's okay, I get to keep the belt. It's a stupid rule. That's just like, if you were an actual heel and you wanted to keep the belt, you could easily keep it. Now I'm just getting into this, but Ambrose Ziggler, that's fine. Went the way we all expected it. Nikki Bella, Natalya, Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella. The f*** is that doing after the world title match? Seriously. I'm just rambling and repeating, but I'm so upset about this pay-per-view. I am so upset about everything. It's just bad booking. It's not even so much bad booking as it is just bad layout. I mean, really, having the United States Championship match, and not even really a match because, Rusev has to forfeit because of injury, but he still gets to keep the belt because the match didn't technically take place. And okay, I'm trying to remember back in the past, because I remember people attacking them before the match and then they're being like, this is ending in a DQ, but now it's a forfeit. I don't understand things. And I'm still pissed about the Brock Lesnar TKO victory. It should have been a disqualification loss for Brock Lesnar after that action. Or a TKO victory and then he attacks Randy Orton. Not the other way around. Not that he attacks Randy Orton and then he gets a TKO victory. That's bull. Absolute bull. I've been cursing a lot. I have been very angry. I'm going to calm down for a second. Just give me one moment. No, I can't do it. It's bull. I'm so upset right now. I'm gonna catch you all later, and you know what? Maybe we'll continue this, just talking about WWE and how they piss me off. But I keep coming back for more because I love professional wrestling. I think it's a blend of athleticism and acting that is just wonderful. I'm the 13th Scorch. This has been me rambling and being angry and I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm still angry, so I can't think. I'm just gonna get out of here. This is 13th Scorch, signing off.